So it's 7:15. We're just getting ready for our day. We've got 3 cases ahead, and so we're starting to set up the lab here, get things ready for our first procedure, which will be an AFib ablation. Okay, so it's about 8:30. We're just getting ready to get started with our procedure, and this first procedure is an atrial fibrillation ablation. And so what we're going to do is the patient's going to be under a general anesthetic, and we're going to place some catheters up through the veins in the legs, one down through the vein in the neck, and we go into the heart through these veins. And the main goal of an atrial fibrillation ablation is to cauterize the areas in the left atrium where atrial fibrillation comes from. So we're going to go into the right atrium and do a double transeptal puncture. We just place a little needle through the septum between the atria to get into the left atrium. So we put these 2 catheters in there. We're going to do a 3-dimensional map where we map out the atrium so we can see where to put our ablation lesions. We're going to map out the esophagus. The esophagus sits right behind the left atrium, so we have to be careful that we don't injure the esophagus in the procedure. And so we'll create our map, we'll do our ablations, and in this patient we're also going to revise a pacemaker lead. She's having some troubles with some phrenic nerve stimulation, just the pacemaker stimulating a nerve. So we're just going to move that lead a little bit as part of that procedure, but we're going to do that in an attempt to cure her atrial fibrillation. Now 9:30, the patient's under general anesthesia. The lines have been placed, so they're just about ready for me to get started. So now go to where we're going to do our transeptal punctures and get our access into the heart. Now 1:25 p.m. and we're all done with the ablation. In this patient we've also fixed her pacemaker lead. So we're just finishing up, and we'll just take the tubes out and take her back to her room, but everything seemed to go very well. It's now 3:25. We've taken the first patient back to her room, and gone and seen some other patients, some admissions, and some patients that we're sending home. And we're ready to go on the next case, starting with the pacemaker. We're going to do another ablation. So we're just going to scrub in and get going on this one. So it's now 4:35. We're getting close to the end of the day. We're just finishing up this procedure. Everything went well, and so we're going to sign off for the day. Thanks so much for being with us.